Hello, thanks for watching. My name's Mary. Welcome to my channel. On my channel, I do affordable perfume reviews and discussions and chats, mostly Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret, but some other perfume houses as well. And today I have something a little different. I have kind of a random box of perfume samples that I'm going to unbox with you and see what's in here because I have no idea. So if that sounds interesting to you, then keep on watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be right back. So the other day I just was kind of looking for perfume samples on Amazon, but I was more looking to see what they had from like a specific house like Fleur or Schouler or something like that. And they had some stuff like that, but then I noticed they had these weird listings for like random perfume samples, and I was like, well, who would ever want that? But then I thought that would actually be kind of fun just to like have a random box of perfume samples and see what's in there. And they kind of had like several screenshots of like things you could get, but it was sort of like you're not guaranteed to get any of these. It's just gonna be like kind of a random assortment. And I did see some kind of interesting ones on there, not just like super generic stuff like, I don't know, Ralph Lauren romance or something that's been around since, the early 90s or something. So hopefully there's some interesting things in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just open it up and see what's in here and go through it and smell them and talk about the scent notes. Hopefully they're on the little card. If not, I have my computer here to look them up. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. There were several listings like this. The one that I got, this should have 12 little perfume sample vials in it. And the thing is, since I do a lot of reselling, I do like to throw little like freebies in there, so I can kind of, once I've smelled these, I might, if there's one I really like, I might keep it to keep wearing to see if I want to get that perfume. But otherwise, I can kind of just throw them in with some of my orders. So let's go and open this up. All right, lock my utility knife here. Always makes me nervous. Okay. So, all right, so here's the little packet of fragrances. All right, so there should be 12 in here. All right, so let's see what we've got first. Oh my gosh, a bag within a bag. All right, so on top here, I see Calvin Klein Women. I've heard of this perfume, but I've never smelled it before. So Calvin Klein Women. I know I heard someone talking about this and saying it was good. It might have been Ksenia. So does this have the notes on it? No. Okay, I'm gonna look them up. Okay, so this fragrance is on Walmart for like $45, and the notes are listed as eucalyptus, black pepper, bergamot, grapefruit, and lemon. Middle notes: orange blossom, magnolia, jasmine, hedween, raspberry, and tea. And base notes of cedar, olibanum, ambroxan, cashmere, and violet, and white musk. That sounds a little scary. So let's give it a smell. It just sounds really floral and herbaceous and musky. Okay. It's not as scary smelling as I thought it would be. I mean, I am smelling those sort of herbaceous notes, but it's pretty soft. It's kind of like how in Bombshell actually has like some kind of note. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like, but it's an herbaceous note, but it's very subtle. So It's actually very soft. So once you have that herbaceous opening fade off, it's just kind of a soft, kind of sweet floral. And just kind of blended. So no one flower standing out particularly. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm getting some fruitiness too. So it does say it has like raspberry note. Okay, so that one actually was better smelling, at least on the card, than I thought, based on the scary notes. Those notes were pretty scary. Okay, all right, let's see. All right, next up is Anna Sui Sky. Pretty package. I don't think I've ever had a Anna Sui perfume before, and none of these have the notes on them. That's so annoying. Okay, so this is also from the Walmart website, and this is just like a $25 fragrance. So it says a floral, fruity gourmand fragrance for young women, fresh, sweet, green, savory, powdery, and delightful. Top notes are pear, pink pepper, bergamot. Middle notes are lily of the valley, rose, and lotus. Base notes are popcorn, musk, and vanilla. Which is it? It's Miss Dior Sherry that has the popcorn note. One of the versions. That Soaky London. She's like crazy about that. Let's see. So let me spray this one. So this just kind of sounds like a pretty generic fruity floral with some gourmand notes in it. Yeah, but it's pretty pleasant. It's not like too sweet or too cloying. Pretty just balanced. A little bit of powdery, like sweet powderiness. I'm not really getting the popcorn on the paper. Just like a sweetness, like a warm sweetness, and some flower. So it is just kind of a warm, fruity floral, but it's pretty nice. So I'd have to wear that on my skin, but for $25, that's actually a pretty pleasant smelling perfume. And I bet they have that at like Marshalls and stuff like that. So this next one is an Abercrombie perfume, which is kind of like, I don't know. I didn't think there'd be anything like that in there, just because that's, I don't know, like a self-contained. Do they even have Abercrombie and Fitch anymore? Like I feel like it went out of business, but I could be wrong. It says pear, magnolia, and ambrette. So sounds just kind of light and a little musky, a little fruity. Yeah, it's just like a light musk, fruity. Um, it's reminding me of something. I feel like it smells like something from Bath and Body Works, but I can't put my finger on it right now. It smells a little bit like the musk, if you musk, but I like that better. So yeah, it's just kind of a musky pear scent. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. That one's a no for me. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So Chloe Nomad. I was just saying in a short that I was just sort of predicting that maybe one of the new um, everyday luxuries might be a dupe of Chloe Nomad. And I don't think it is now that the notes have come out, but I haven't actually smelled this before. I just kind of like was getting that vibe because the marketing for Chloe Nomad is just very like, I don't know, desert, Mediterranean desert or something like that, or like Moroccan desert. Um, let's see. This says a fresh and feminine floral chypre. I've never known how to say that. Chypre. The character of oak moss, illuminated by radiant freesia and crisp, tangy Mirabelle. That does not sound like something I would like. I don't really like chypres, however you say that, and I really should look it up. And I don't like freesia that much either. So let's see if I like this one. But it's a pretty popular perfume, so I'm guessing it's pretty good. It's fresh. It's kind of citrusy. But yeah, I am getting that sort of oak moss, florals, some woodsiness, like green woodsiness. It's kind of almost unisex. Yeah, it's almost like a cologne or something like that. So it's a good quality. I can tell it's like a good quality fragrance. It's just not really the kind of fragrance I would usually wear. But it is a nice fragrance. It's different. It's a little different. And uh it just seems, I don't know, like you can kind of tell it's a good quality fragrance from smelling it. So this next one is really interesting. So I just had to do a little research to find the notes for this and learned a little bit. So this is Elizabeth and James Nirvana Rose de Mai. And this is a fragrance by Ashley Olsen and Mary Kate Olsen. So I had no idea that was a thing. And it's surprisingly, like, from them, I don't know much about them now, but you would just think it would be like, this is just such a serious looking fragrance and very old school looking. And the notes are, and this is from Now Smell This, Rose de Mai, geranium, and vetiver. So that's also very unisex sounding. Okay, let's see. Very masculine. This smells like a cologne, and not in a good way. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I guess maybe it's the vetiver. I'm getting like a leatheriness, kind of harsh. And there's rose in it, but it's more in the background. I'm mostly getting like, oh, just very masculine smelling, like a leathery, um, sort of herbaceous scent. Just very, like, sort of like the packaging, it smells kind of like an old school cologne. So that's very interesting. Very interesting offering from, I guess, this. I don't know why it's called Elizabeth and James. I don't know the backstory of why their perfume is called Elizabeth and James. So that's a no for me for sure. This is Kate Spade Live Color Fully. I feel like I've seen this around, I don't know, either at Ulta or maybe at TJ Maxx on the discount shelf. It says, let's see, this isn't really a list of notes. It just says, the fragrance's notes shift from delightful water lilies to citrus to a gentle, seductive musk, like light dancing on a prism. Sorry, that just really hit me. That first whiff. What is that? It is a little harsh and abrasive at the opening. So some kind of fruitiness with an abrasiveness to it. Maybe a citrusiness. But it's kind of unpleasant. It'll dry down. I don't know. I'm just getting this like glue smell, to be honest. It smells like glue. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can get past that. I mean, but it's just also very generic smelling. Just kind of a watery, light floral with some citrus or something, but there's just this abrasiveness to it. So, not sure about that one. Okay. Uh, Daisy, Marc Jacobs Daisy, oh so fresh. So I know there's a lot of flankers for this, but this is this bottle. The only one I have is Pop, I think. It's the one with the pistachio. That one's really nice, actually. This says playfully spirited, charmingly fun, a bubbly, fruity floral fruity, a bubbly floral fruity hmm, that radiates a sunny and sparkling energy. I'm not sure about the grammatical structure of that description. Let's see. I mean, it's nice. Totally wearable, powdery, sweet floral. I mean, it's called Daisy, and it is, is there Daisy in the notes, but it's reminding me of Bath and Body Works scents, like Denim and Daisies that have Daisy in it. That sort of sweet, powdery Daisy. Um, some nondescript fruitiness, maybe like apple or pear, and just kind of sweet, but not super sweet. So that's nice. I mean, it's pleasant, very pleasant, very, I feel like this could be like a crowd pleaser, but all of these Daisy perfumes kind of are. I had to do a little research about this next one. Arizona by Proenza Schouler. I've never heard of that brand before, but maybe it's a popular brand. I was just based on clicking around quickly. It seems like it was like anticipated that this brand came out with a fragrance, but that's like from 2018. So it says Arizona by Proenza Schouler is a floral woody musk fragrance for women. It was launched in 2018. Top notes are mandarin orange, orange and bergamot. Middle notes of cactus flower. Solar notes strawberry, orange blossom, jasmine and rose, and base notes of orris, cashmere, and musk and vanilla. That sounds pretty good from the notes. Let's see. Yeah, that is nice. It's soft and just a nice blend of florals, citrusy, fruity, a warm, kind of woodsy base. It says it has like the iris, the orris in there. I can kind of smell that. So that one's pretty nice. This was from Fragrantica. I don't know where they're selling this. I guess they have it on Amazon. It might be discontinued, but on Amazon they still have it for like $30. So that might actually be a good discount one. All right. And at the end I'll kind of go through my list. All right. Burberry Brit Rhythm, which is coming in this little bag. And I'm trying to remember. I used to have, maybe I had this, or maybe because there's so many like flankers of the whole Burberry Brit thing, like Burberry Brit Rhythm, Burberry Brit, the Beat. I might have had the Beat or something like that. I can't remember. But there were a lot of flankers for Burberry Brit, so I kind of lost track. So let me pull up the notes for this one. based on the pictures on Fragrantica, I think this actually is the one that I had. So it says top notes are lavender, neroli, pink pepper, and aldehydes. Middle notes are orris, Vitalia, I don't know what that is, orange, blossom, and blackberry leaf. Base notes are musk, woodsy notes, vetiver, cedar, and coumarin. And I remember getting this one because like the editor of Now Smell This thought this was like really good for, being a Burberry release. And I always liked it, but I didn't love it. But it is nice. It's lavender, but it's not like a screechy, overpowering lavender. It's soft. As you can tell, I kind of like soft. Little powdery. I can smell the like orange flower, neroli type background there. A nice base. So yeah, this is good. Kind of holds up. 2014, I think they said that came out. Okay, so I have this Lolita Lempicka. But my bottle's kind of old. If you watched my perfume closet tour, you might have seen it there. But it's almost like one of my nostalgia perfumes. Like I almost just keep the bottle because I used to just love wearing this perfume, and it's such a cool bottle. But it's just a very strong fragrance, so I don't really wear it much anymore. It says a gourmet and ultra sensual accord of licorice and violet, highlighted by a dazzling touch of anise and enveloped in a voluptuous cloud of musk. So I'll go and smell the sampler because, like I said, I think my bottle is old. Yes. That is Lolita Lempicka. Yeah, licorice. I get it. I get the licorice. I never really used to get the licorice, but now I do. And I think there's like a chocolate or cacao note in here, which I'm getting as well. So yeah, you definitely get the licorice, and then like definitely like very gourmand. A lot of people said that this was like an Angel knockoff kind of, but I don't think it smells like Angel, but it's kind of in that family of like a heavy sort of perfumey gourmand. It's got a powdery base to it. Maybe some other fruits in there, like berries. So it's a really interesting fragrance. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know if I'd wear this anymore. It's just so strong. Okay, so the last two I have are both Dolce. This Dolce from Dolce and Gabbana, and then there's Garden and Rose. Those are the last two. So let's start with Garden, and this is currently on Sephora, so this is like not discontinued or anything. It's actually pretty pricey, so it's $147 for the 2.5 ounce. It says it's a fresh solar with keynotes of magnolia, coconut essence of vanilla, and it says a joyful solar aura of citrus and cream in a blend of Italian mandarin, frangipani, and coconut. So that sounds kind of good. Okay. Yeah, so it's bright, but it's also warm. You definitely get the coconut and the mandarin. It's wearable. It's got a warm base to it. That's a nice one. I like that. The name Garden makes me think it's going to be like a green fragrance, so it's a little interesting that it's called Garden when I don't know. I feel like this should be called Desert or something, like desert flower or something. I don't know. Just because it's got more of like a, almost like a beachy vibe to it. Yeah, maybe it's more beachy, but I don't know what they would call it. All right, Dolce. Okay, this one has the notes on it. So Dolce Rose is a bright floral and fruity fragrance, as delicate as a rose, as tangy as red currant, and as subtle as musks. So I did a short today on Scarlet from Victoria's Secret, and that is like really rose heavy. So I have a feeling this is not going to be as rose heavy. It's going to be probably more blended. Yeah. So there's rose in there, but it's definitely not the key player. It's just in the composition. This is nice as well. I don't have anything from the Dolce collection, but this actually makes me think I want to explore that a little bit because both of those were really nice. So yeah, this is rose, but it's just a blended rose with other fruits and florals. You know, and a sweetness to it, a little warmth in the base, but not like, I was also talking about Rose Whip when I did the Fleur sampler pack. That was more of like a creamy rose. There was like some creaminess to it. This is like fresh and bright with the florals and the rose, but there is kind of like a nice warm base to it as well. Okay, so that's all of it, and I'm gonna kind of line them up and rank them. All right, so number one for me was the Dolce Garden. I think that's really nice. I sprayed it on myself and it smells really good. And yeah, so I'd say the Dolce ones are the best of the lot. And then this Arizona, I feel like could be kind of good. I did spray it on my skin and I didn't get much out of it. But there's also a lot of scents going on here, but I remember liking it on the card. And then Chloe Nomad is a good one. Not really my style, but it's a good quality fragrance. Yeah, and then I'd say, like, just in terms of like crowd pleasers, Marc Jacob Daisy. The Burberry Brit was good. This was good. It was kind of generic, but pretty good, pretty pleasant. The Calvin Klein Woman wasn't bad. Lolita Lempicka, probably wouldn't wear it, but it's kind of nostalgic for me. And then last places go to these three. So the Abercrombie. So kind of just generic smelling. This, I don't know. Maybe if I smell this at another time, it won't smell weird to me, or if I like spray it on the skin. But this just smelled weird. And then dead last is this rose kind of cologne smell. Okay, so that was interesting. So, but I guess what I got out of it is that I might like Dolce, that line, and I've never really considered that because I don't really like florals, so I kind of just ignore that kind of scent. Like I've never gotten any of the Gucci Flora. Never had any interest in any of those just because I'm just like, oh, they're florals. So oh, my battery's about to die. So yeah, so that was interesting. And like I said, for most of these, I'll probably just end up throwing them in with purchases from, you know, orders that I get from reselling. So yeah, I might do that again sometime, you know, in a few months, do another order and just see what I get, you know, second time around. But hopefully that was kind of interesting to you if you were curious about any of those scents or just curious about getting a package like that and what you might get in there, what kind of variety you might get. Anyways, that's it for me. Have a good one. Like and subscribe, comment, and see you next time.